Many factors affect the quality of forage delivered to your cows. Some, like weather and equipment breakdowns, cannot be controlled. Other factors can be influenced by good management practices. This video will focus on management areas of corn silage production that can be controlled and optimized to produce the best quality corn silage for your cows, with emphasis on ensiling in a drive-over pile. Efficiency can be increased by producing high-quality forages and increasing their proportion in the ration. Ensiling converts perishable forage into higher quality, stable silage, so it can be stored and fed throughout the year. Ensiling involves acidifying or pickling the crop by ensiling fermentation. Ensiling is an anaerobic fermentation process involving the conversion of sugars into organic acids. Lactic acid drives the process, while acetic and propionic are important for aerobic stability. Achieving proper dry matter content for corn silage at harvest maximizes nutrient preservation and feed consumption. Harvest corn between 32 to 38% dry matter, or 1/2 to 2/3 milkline. For alfalfa, begin at 35% NDF and complete at 40% NDF, or late bud to 1/10 bloom, and wilt to 35 to 45% dry matter. Forages harvested below 30% dry matter could lose feed value due to clostridial fermentation and effluent runoff, while forages harvested over 35% dry matter are prone to aerobic spoilage. A kernel processor is recommended to harvest corn silage at greater than 30% dry matter to increase feed value. Chop length affects both ensiling and forage quality. A short chop length minimizes air infiltration, while a long chop length increases effective dietary fiber. Current recommendations are to set the chop length at 1/2 to 3/8 inch, increasing to 3/4 inch if the silage is processed or bagged. Forage inoculants are biological products that contain a source of live bacteria, sometimes combined with enzymes, and are used to inoculate freshly harvested forage with a high population of acid-producing bacteria. Enzymes produce sugars to drive fermentation and can also help improve digestibility. The bacteria applied in the inoculant grows in the ensiled forage and convert fresh forage from a near-neutral pH into an acidic end product. Silage inoculants are used for 4 primary reasons: to stimulate or ensure a rapid fermentation, to prevent bad fermentations, to maximize dry matter and nutrient retention, and to inhibit aerobic deterioration. Silage inoculant should be proven to deliver the benefits claimed. Make sure inoculant trial data is validated by independent research. Inoculant supported by generic data should be questioned. When deciding the form of inoculant to use, dry granular application may be easier. However, dry applied products can be less effective than liquid applied, especially as crop dry matter increases. It is important to make sure inoculant applicators are properly calibrated. Rate should be checked several times a day. Even distribution of the inoculant helps the fermentation process and reduces variability in the quality of the finished silage. Products are best applied at the chopper box or at the accelerator on the harvester. One of the first steps in making a good drive-over pile is getting the dimensions right and finding an area with proper drainage that will accommodate the pile. The pile should be located on a non-porous floor such as cement, tarmac, etc., with sufficient slope to carry rain and snowmelt away from the pile. The pile dimensions must be sized to provide storage for the amount of forage being brought in, while maintaining the proper sidewall slope, no less than a 4-to-1 run-to-rise ratio, and keeping the maximum height within safety recommendations, no more than 15 feet. A spreadsheet to calculate pile dimensions is available from University of Wisconsin Extension at www.qualitysilage.com/uwex.pilecalculator. It is vital to properly pack silage to rapidly achieve an anaerobic environment and reduce dry matter loss. Pack density and dry matter content determine the rate that air can infiltrate the silo, influencing the amount of spoilage that can occur during storage and feed out. The minimum recommended pack density is 15 pounds per cubic foot on a dry matter basis. Use the progressive wedge technique to maximize packing efficiency and minimize the surface exposed to air. Aim for a run-to-rise ratio greater than 4:1. Packing vehicle weight and the thickness of the layer of silage being packed are two main variables influencing silage density. Multiply the estimated tons of crop delivered to the silo in an hour by 800 to estimate the packing weight needed. In many situations, particularly with larger and custom chopping operations, the crop is coming in faster than there is room on the silo for the necessary number of tractors needed to pack the silage. In these situations, the wedge should be flattened so that it becomes part of a platform, increasing the available surface area for packing tractors. The increased surface area also makes it easier to spread thinner layers of silage. Packing equipment should be operated continuously throughout chopping, with forage distributed in layers of ideally 4 and no more than 6 inches thick. The run-to-rise ratio should not be less than 4:1 along the sides, to allow for continued effective and safe packing in all directions throughout silo filling. Dry matter losses can be greatly reduced in drive-over piles if they are covered with suitable plastic weighted down with tires or gravel-filled bags. Covering drive-over piles also improves the quality of silage fermentation and reduces the production of undesirable compounds in the top layer. The improvement in yield and quality translates into improved digestibility of nutrients when fed. If spoiled silage is mixed into a ration, intake and digestibility of the whole ration are reduced. Improved silage dry matter and nutrient recovery, plus better herd health and fertility, make covering one of the most profitable practices you can adopt. Covering and sealing a 40-foot by 100-foot bunker returns approximately 10% in improved corn silage dry matter recovery. Covering silage as soon as possible after filling has been shown to enhance anaerobic fermentation and reduce spoilage. Use plastic that is at least 5 mils thick and don't skimp on quality. The cost of plastic is trivial in comparison to the effort to properly put it on and its importance to silage quality and dry matter recovery. Validated oxygen barrier plastics are effective for reducing surface spoilage, but must be covered with a regular top sheet or tarp to protect from UV and other damage. Dual layer, black inner and white outer, thick plastic resists deterioration well. Cover the entire pile, including all slopes, extending the cover to overlap the plastic by at least 4 feet at any seam to prevent air ingress. Tire-to-tire placement is the most popular way to keep plastic in place. Gravel or sand-filled bags can be used as weights. All plastic covers need to be weighted down properly, including the overlap on the ground to minimize air ingress. Silage quality can deteriorate rapidly during feed-out. The exposed silage surface is open to air and oxygen for long periods of time. In the presence of oxygen, yeast cells that were dormant in the anaerobic environment can become active. Yeast growth is the primary cause of silage heating, causing dry matter and energy losses at feed-out. Using inoculants containing the high-dose L-buchneri 40788 from Lallemand, reviewed by the FDA to allow claims for preventing heating and spoilage in silage and high-moisture corn, is key to maximizing the aerobic stability of the silage. Always use good face management. Do not leave loose silage piled up on the floor of the silo. Keep the face as flat as possible and feed a minimum of 6 inches per day from the silo face. Use a block cutter or other specialized silage removal equipment, or shave the face laterally to scrape downward. Do not feed moldy silage. It can cause serious health problems and/or production losses. Growing and ensiling quality feedstuffs are essential to managing a productive dairy. Quality forages play a significant role in cow productivity and health. With feed costs a major factor in running an efficient dairy, maximizing forage quality through proper ensiling is one vital step toward reducing the impact of feed cost increases and maximizes profitability. For more information, visit www.qualitysilage.com.